What if I told you that rest is not weakness, it's worship? We live in a world that celebrates exhaustion. If you're tired, you're productive. If you're burned out, you're successful. If you never stop, you're winning. But then God does something that doesn't make sense to our culture. He stops, and he tells us to stop too. In Genesis, after creating the universe, light, oceans, stars, animals, and us, the Bible says God rested on the seventh day. Not because he was tired. God does not get tired. He rested to set a rhythm, a holy rhythm for human beings. Work and rest, effort and surrender, giving and receiving. And then God does something radical. He doesn't just suggest rest, he commands it. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Not if you have time, not when life slows down. Remember it, guard it, protect it. Why? Because God knows something about us that we often ignore. We were not designed to run non-stop. The Sabbath is God's way of saying you are more than what you produce. It's heaven's reminder that your value does not come from your grades, your paycheck, your likes, your followers, or your achievements. Your value comes from being God's child. When we refuse to rest, we're not just tired. We're saying, God, I don't trust you to handle things if I stop. Sabbath is trust. It's saying, God, I stop working so I can remember that you are the one who sustains my life. And here's the beautiful part. Science is now catching up with what God said thousands of years ago. Modern neuroscience shows that the human brain needs regular periods of deep rest to function properly. Without rest, stress hormones like cortisol stay high, damaging memory, emotional control, and even our immune system. Studies show that people who don't rest are more prone to anxiety, depression, heart disease, and burnout. Even our muscles grow not when we exercise, but when we rest after exercise. No rest, no growth, no recovery, no strength. God knew that long before science put a name to it. The Sabbath is like spiritual breathing. You inhale during the week with work, responsibility, pressure, and on the Sabbath, you exhale. You slow down, you realign, you let your soul catch up with your body. Jesus reinforced this when he said, "The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath." In other words, Sabbath is not a burden. It's a gift. It's not about rules, it's about restoration. The Sabbath is where wounds heal that we didn't even know we had. It's where anxiety loosens its grip. It's where families reconnect. It's where hearts remember who God is and who we are. When you rest with God, you're declaring war on a culture that says you're only valuable if you're busy. You're choosing to live from identity, not exhaustion. And maybe the reason you feel spiritually dry, emotionally drained, or mentally overwhelmed isn't because you need more effort. Maybe you need more rest. Holy rest! God didn't ask us to keep the Sabbath because he wanted something from us. He asked because he wanted something for us. So today, God is still whispering the same invitation. Come to me, and I will give you rest. Not escape, not numbness, not distraction. Rest. And when you choose Sabbath, you're not falling behind in life. You're stepping back into the rhythm of heaven. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe Sight Kids and Niños con Vision for more spiritual guidance on your journey with Jesus.